living in a cycle that's destroying you and you don't even see it. Every night when the clock hits 2, 3, 4 in the morning and you're still awake, you're not being productive, you're not making good use of your time, you're digging your own psychological grave. And the worst part is that you think it's normal, that those extra hours give you something valuable, when in reality they're stealing everything you need to function. Think about the last time you made a terrible decision, that conversation that ruined a relationship, that message you sent and immediately regretted, that impulsive purchase that emptied your bank account. What time was it? Exactly. It was at night, late, very late. And it's not a coincidence. It's pure science disguised as bad luck. Your brain at those hours is not your brain. It's a distorted, desperate, impulsive version of yourself. The prefrontal cortex, the part that keeps you rational, that helps you measure consequences, that tells you, wait, think about it, shuts down. Literally shuts down. And what's left is pure instinct, pure unfiltered emotion, pure slow-motion self-destruction. Sleep deprivation isn't a minor issue. It's the issue. It's the silent root of almost everything that's wrong in your life. That anxiety you can't explain, that sadness that shows up out of nowhere, that irritability that ruins your days, they all start there, in those nights when you decide to stay awake for no real reason. And don't tell me you have reasons, because most of the time you don't. You're mindlessly scrolling, watching videos you'll forget in 5 minutes, reading things that add nothing to your life, or worse, thinking in circles, obsessing over problems that seem insignificant during the day, but turn into monsters at night. That's what lack of sleep does. It turns inconveniences into tragedies, doubts into destructive certainties. Your tired mind doesn't process, it distorts. And every decision you make under that distortion pulls you further from where you want to be. Here's something no one tells you with this level of bluntness. Most of your failures aren't due to lack of talent or bad luck. They're because your brain is functioning at 20% of its capacity. And it works like that because you don't sleep. It's so simple it hurts. While others are resting, regenerating neurons, consolidating memory, regulating emotions, you're awake, burning what little you have left. And then you wonder why you can't move forward, why you feel stuck, why everyone else seems to have more clarity than you. It's not that they're better, it's that they sleep and you don't. That's the difference. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's the basic maintenance of your mind. Without it, everything collapses. Your memory fails, your concentration disappears, your patience evaporates. And the most dangerous part, your judgment becomes clouded. You start making choices you would never make with a clear mind. You become reactive, impulsive, vulnerable. But there's something even worse that you don't want to accept. Those late-night hours are your inner demon's favorite time. That's when all the dark thoughts appear, the doubts you can ignore during the day, the fears you can keep at bay. At night, when you're tired, when your mind is weak, those thoughts invade you. And you have no defense. You sit there ruminating, torturing yourself with scenarios that will never happen, with mistakes you can't change, with catastrophic futures that exist only in your exhausted mind. Psychology is clear about this. Lack of sleep amplifies negative thinking. It's not that suddenly everything is wrong. It's that your tired brain loses its ability to regulate emotions. The amygdala, the primitive part that handles fear and anxiety, goes out of control. And the prefrontal cortex, which should calm it down, is asleep. The result? Panic without reason, sadness without cause, anger without proportion. That's you at 3 in the morning, an emotional reactor without brakes. And here comes the trap you've fallen into without realizing it. You think staying up gives you control, gives you more time, more opportunities. A lie. It takes away control, steals clarity, turns you into a slave to your worst impulses. Every hour you steal from sleep is an hour you steal from your ability to function as a human being. The studies are brutal. Sleeping less than 6 hours is equivalent to being legally drunk in terms of cognitive performance. Would you make important decisions drunk? No. But you make them every day with a brain intoxicated by sleep deprivation. And then you're surprised by the outcomes. The world isn't sabotaging you. You're sabotaging yourself every night you choose not to sleep. Every night you choose the screen over the pillow, you're choosing chaos over sanity. The ironic thing is that you know all this. You know you should sleep, you know you need it, but you don't do it. Why? Because you've convinced yourself that those late night hours are yours, your only moment of freedom, your escape. And in a way, they are. But they're an escape into the abyss. You're escaping from life during the day only to destroy yourself at night. It's a terrible transaction, yet you keep making it. And the reason is simple. You don't see the real cost. You don't see how every sleepless night accumulates, how every late hour degrades you a little more. The damage is invisible, until it's not. Until one day you realize you can't focus, you can't remember simple things, you snap over anything, you live in a constant state of mental fog. And by then, the damage is done. Now pay attention, because this changes everything. There's a specific moment in the night when your brain crosses an invisible line, and on the other side, you're no longer you. It's around 11 midnight. Before that line, you still have some control, some rationality. After that, you start operating on autopilot, and that pilot is broken. Every study on nighttime decision-making confirms it. After a certain hour, the quality of your decisions plummets. Not gradually, it nosedives. And the fascinating part is that you don't notice it. In that moment, you think you're thinking clearly, that you're in control, but you're not. You're operating from a lower version of yourself. That's why the biggest fights happen at night, why the most destructive messages are sent at dawn, why the stupidest purchases happen at 2 in the morning. It's not bad luck, it's biology. And here's the secret no one tells you. 95% of your problems could be avoided with a single habit. 1. Going to bed on time. It sounds ridiculously simple, almost insultingly simple, but it's the truth. If you set a fixed bedtime and treated it as sacred, your life would change drastically. I'm not exaggerating. Data supports it. People who consistently sleep between 7 and 9 hours have better mental health, better physical health, better cognitive performance, better relationships, better emotional control. Everything improves. And it's not magic. It's basic maintenance. Your brain needs those hours to clean toxins, consolidate memory, regulate neurotransmitters, process emotions. Without them, everything builds up and rots. And you wonder why you feel the way you do. But there's always resistance, because admitting that something so simple can change so much means admitting you've been sabotaging yourself for years for no reason. It hurts to acknowledge that the solution was right there in front of you, and you ignored it. It's easier to look for complex answers, elaborate therapies, sophisticated techniques, when what you really need is to turn off the lights and close your eyes. The human mind hates simple solutions because simple solutions expose the simplicity of our mistakes, and no one wants to feel stupid. But here's the truth. You're not stupid. You're tired. And tiredness makes you do stupid things. There's a brutal difference between the two. Stupidity stays, tiredness can be fixed. But you have to want to fix it. Now let's go deeper. Do you know what happens in your brain when you sleep? It's not a passive shutdown. It's an active, brutal process of cleaning and reconstruction. During deep sleep, your brain activates the glymphatic system, which is essentially your mind's drainage system. It cleans toxic proteins, metabolic waste, all the trash that accumulates during the day. Without sleep, that trash stays, builds up, and starts damaging neurons. Literally, your brain is rotting from the inside when you don't sleep. And that's not a metaphor, it's molecular biology. Beta amyloid plaques, the same ones that accumulate in Alzheimer's, begin to form when you don't sleep enough. Every sleepless night is a night your brain can't clean itself, and that dirt remains, causing long-term harm. But of course, you don't feel this immediately, so you ignore it. The problem is that when you do feel it, it will be too late. And it's not just the brain, it's your whole system. Lack of sleep destroys your immune system, increases inflammation, disrupts your hormones, raises cortisol, reduces testosterone, affects insulin. Your body enters survival mode, and in survival mode, everything degrades. You're not living, you're enduring. And the difference is enormous. Living means having energy, clarity, emotional stability. Enduring means dragging yourself from one day to the next, fighting against your own biology. And all because you don't sleep. It's a self-imposed tragedy, but it's reversible. Here's the key. You don't need a radical transformation. You need a radical decision. Decide that starting today, sleep is non-negotiable. Decide that your bedtime is as important as any meeting, any deadline, any commitment. Because it is. It's more important. Without sleep, everything else falls apart. With sleep, everything else improves. But let's be honest, there's a huge obstacle. The night feels safe. It feels like the one moment when no one asks anything of you, when you can be yourself without masks, without demands. And it makes sense. During the day, you're exposed, performing, fulfilling roles. The night is your refuge. The problem is that this refuge has turned into a prison. You stay there, hiding from life, stealing the hours you need to face it properly. And the next day, you face life exhausted, irritable, vulnerable. It's a vicious cycle. You hide at night because the day is hard, but the day is hard because you hide at night. And so you keep spinning in circles, not advancing, not improving. The way out is brutally simple. Break the cycle. Sleep. And yes, at first it will feel uncomfortable. You'll feel like you're missing out, like you're wasting time. But you're not. You're investing in the only tool you have to navigate life, your mind. Here's something few understand. Sleep isn't lost time. It's multiplied time. Every hour you sleep well gives you back 3 hours of mental clarity the next day. It's the most profitable investment that exists. But we live in a culture that glorifies sleep deprivation, that applauds those who sleep little, that confuses exhaustion with productivity. It's a collective lie, and you've bought into it. You've convinced yourself that sleep is for the weak, that successful people sleep little, that sacrificing sleep shows commitment. False. Truly successful people protect their sleep like they protect their money, because they understand that without rest, there's no performance. Look at any elite athlete, any smart executive, any prolific creative. They all sleep. Not because they have extra time, but because they understand that without sleep, everything else is useless. You can work 18 hours, but if your brain is functioning at 20%, you're producing garbage. It's better to work 6 hours with a brain at 100% than 18 with a destroyed one. Now, the moment of truth. What happens if you actually decide to change this? What happens if tonight you go to bed on time, and tomorrow too, and the next day? In a week, you'll notice something strange. Your mind will feel clearer. The problems that seemed unsolvable will start to have obvious answers. The emotions that overwhelmed you will become manageable. The anxiety that chased you will lessen. It won't all disappear overnight, but you'll notice the difference. In 2 weeks, your body will start responding. You'll have more energy, fewer aches, better digestion. In a month, your life will be different. Your relationships will improve because you won't be constantly irritable. Your work will improve because you'll be able to focus. Your mood will improve because your brain will be able to regulate emotions. And all because of one habit: going to bed on time. It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. It's so true, it's scary. Scary because it exposes how much time you've wasted, how many years you've lived operating at minimum capacity, how many opportunities you've missed because you were tired. But here's the real challenge: keeping it up. The first week will be easy, even exciting. The second will be harder. The third, your mind will start looking for excuses. It will tell you that one night doesn't matter, that you can stay up just this once, that you need to finish something. And that's where most people fail. They fall into the exception trap. One night becomes two become three, and in a month you're back where you started. That's why you need to understand something fundamental. There are no exceptions. Your bedtime is immovable. It doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter what's pending. It doesn't matter how tempting it is to stay up. You sleep. Period. This isn't rigidity. It's survival. It's the only way to break the pattern. And yes, there will be times when it feels impossible, when you feel like you're sacrificing something important. But you're not. You're sacrificing the illusion of nighttime productivity for the reality of daytime functionality. And that's the best trade you can make. There's one last point you need to understand, and it's the most important one. Sleep isn't just for you. It's for everyone around you. When you don't sleep, you don't just harm yourself, you harm your relationships. You become impatient, critical, distant. You say things you don't mean. You react in ways you don't want. You push away people who matter. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's because your brain is malfunctioning. Sleep deprivation kills empathy, reduces patience, amplifies irritability. It turns you into a worse version of yourself. And the people you love pay the price. Every time you explode without reason, every time you respond coldly, every time you can't be present, it's because you didn't sleep. And they don't know that. They think it's something they did, they think you've changed, they think they no longer matter to you. But that's not it. You're tired. And tiredness steals your ability to be who you want to be. That's why sleeping isn't selfish. It's the most generous thing you can do, because when you sleep well, you're better for everyone. So here's the plan. Tonight at 10, you turn everything off. There's no negotiation. No, just one more episode. No, I'll finish this and then go. At 10, everything goes off. You lie down, even if you're not sleepy. You stay there in the dark, without screens, without stimulation, and your mind will protest. It will come up with reasons to get up. It will invent urgencies. Ignore it. Stay there. Breathe, relax, let your body understand that nighttime is for resting. The first few days will be strange, even uncomfortable. But in a week, your body will start to understand. In 2, it will feel natural. In 3, you won't believe you lived so long without this. And then you'll understand. You weren't living, you were surviving. And the difference is everything. Sleeping well isn't just another habit. It's the habit that holds all the others together. Without it, nothing works. With it, everything is possible. So tonight, sleep. And tomorrow, sleep again. And keep doing it until it becomes what it always should have been. Non-negotiable. Your life won't change because of one grand epic decision. It will change because of this simple decision repeated every night. Going to bed on time. That's it. And it's everything you need. But there's something else you must know. Something that will keep you firm when temptation appears. Every time you decide to stay up late, you're not just stealing tomorrow. You're stealing the version of yourself you could become. Think about this. There exists a version of you who sleeps well, who wakes up rested, who faces the day with clarity. That version makes better decisions, builds better relationships, creates better work. That version is unstoppable. And the only difference between you and that version is sleep. Nothing else. It's not talent, not luck, not privilege. It's sleep. And it's within your reach tonight. The question is, are you going to keep stealing that possibility from yourself? Or are you finally going to claim it? Because time doesn't wait. And every night you spend awake is a night you'll never get back. The days add up, the years pass, and suddenly you look back and realize you lived your whole life at half power, always tired, always struggling, always one step behind where you could have been, and all because of a habit you refused to change. Don't let that be your story. Change tonight. Sleep. And start living the life you deserve. The life that's only possible when your mind works the way it's meant to work. The rest will follow on its own. But everything starts with this: closing your eyes on time.